All right, and good after the flag to everybody. All right.
That was a hell of an intro. You thought that one out. I know you really thought that one out and put some thought to it.
I thought you was doing the Robin Williams.
No.
You do it, Mark, so everybody knows what you're talking about. Which one? What's the Robin Williams?
Good morning, Vietnam. You know, remember that show?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, Lagoo, what we got?
I don't know. Well, first of all, we'll go through our list. We got driver of the number 51, Cody Heinzman, tonight's second place finisher. Tonight's winner, the driver of the number 48, Dylan Banks. Finishing in sixth spot tonight, it's going to be the driver of the number 12, Mr. Mark Arthur. Finishing in ninth spot tonight, the driver of the number 41.
So ugly.
It is Dalton Kilroe. And last but not least, let me find out where you finished.
That's not good if you got to look at hard.
You got to look for it. You know you did.
Finishing 12th tonight, Hunter Lagunas, driver of the number 27. So everybody here, a pretty decent run. Now, obviously, we got a couple of better than others. And to that, I say, Mark Arthur, congratulations, a top 10.
Woot.
Took you long enough.
And a pole award.
Yeah.
And a pole award.
Mm-hmm.
Your second of the season.
Yeah, eat it.
Well,
I hate him.
Fuck you, Cody.
Language.
Wrong show. Wrong show.
I think it's the right show on any show Mark's on. It's race chatter, basically.
Yeah.
Forget you, Cody.
So, Mark, look, the car, at first, you had the pole, you jumped out front, you got up to a pretty good lead. I
First 14 laps.
14 laps or so in, and then, boom, tires, gone.
So that wasn't my strategy to get a pole, right? I didn't expect that, but then once you're up there, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm in a race, but I didn't want to run that hard, and Cody was running me pretty hard. I wanted to definitely lead the first lap, to get that point, and then, when you're in front, all strategy goes out the window pretty much, so it burnt the right front up. Yeah,
you got to do what you got to do to try and stay there, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, that racer mindset sets in, right? And you're like, hell yeah, I'm up front. So
yeah, your ego goes from this to this, and
yeah. Maybe I can stretch it out. Nope.
Yeah.
So
and honestly, that's a lot of what we saw tonight. Guys would get out front, they'd blast away, and then 15 or so laps in, it was like clockwork. They'd start coming back.
It seemed like
long run speed, but like trying to pass somebody just eat your tires to death. I mean, I tried to pass Hunter for like 20 laps, I think.
Language.
And it just killed my right front.
I'm gonna have to get the beep ready, Tanner. I think
I couldn't be fast enough on the button with him around, bro. I might as well go ahead and start beeping anytime I see he's about to speak.
Anytime, yeah, I was about to say. Anytime his mic.
All words out of my mouth are my own.
There you go. I like that. I'll let that slide. We'll let it slide though.
That's fair enough. So Hunter,
the junker.
You had a pretty okay run tonight too. You were up front a little bit. You were inside of the top 10 for a pretty good amount. How did you like the car tonight?
I bought the track 30 minutes before practice open.
That sounds about right.
Just let it eat. I didn't know what to do.
So you're running like the Tanner Mars strategy.
No, no, that's not the Tanner Mars strategy. That's the Tyler Roscoe strategy. No practice.
Let's not talk about Ty.
Nah, he made it to the end.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Tanner would have left 30 laps in.
But I do want to reiterate. His name is.
That.
We did. I mentioned that in the broadcast. He is nicknamed the Junker. He lives up to it, buying the track 30 minutes before coming out there. And then, what'd you say? Let her eat. What you said?
Yep.
If shoe fits.
Yeah, well, he did.
He was Tanner. He'd have pulled a tie.
Yeah, tie.
Big dummy.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm freaking exhausted, so here I am. Dalton, you were up front for a little while, and then what happened?
I burnt my stuff up trying to get the stage win and just didn't take tires because I didn't want to waste a set.
You were
after
so
coming
much
off.
faster at that point than everybody. You were
Yeah, I
passing
had
people like
I
they were
had
sitting
like
still. It was
25
crazy.
laps compared to
Yeah.
everybody else. That was the only reason that worked.
You were blowing people's doors off though. It was
Yeah,
insane.
and then I felt it,
Right.
10 seconds into the start of the final run.
It was fun,
because
though,
I
wasn't
had
it?
4 people fly by me in one corner.
It looked fun though when you slicing and dicing way up there. I think I mentioned on broadcast it was like you could put your car basically anywhere. Oh, they're on the low line. Okay, I'm gonna pass you up high, and just vice versa.
I was trying not to burn through it, and then I was like, oh, there's 3 laps to go. They're way up there. I was like, do
It
I
looked like NASCAR
really want to
heat.
try going for it?
It looked like NASCAR heat, like for real. It looked fake.
It would have felt better if I would have got Dylan at the line, but 200ths or whatever.
Dylan painted a target on 5 King Motorsports back. I didn't even have to say. Normally it's me. I'm the jackass of the group, right?
No, I
But
mean,
Dylan,
well, Corey
Dylan
started it.
called everybody out
Corey
on this interview, dude.
No, you still
Yeah,
are.
Corey started it. He's talking about in respect to Cody and respect to everybody at TNA, but he said them TNA guys, they gonna show us those stuff. I ain't having that.
Oh,
To be fair, while you won the race, TNA.
they did.
They
I
might
think they.
have,
tonight.
but we did have a lot of 5 Kings up in the top 10 all night.
You can't count. And MFRD, I'm pretty sure they were all around the top 10 as well, or close to it. It's a 3-team battle right now. Yeah, I mean, it really is.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think TNA is getting hard carried right now.
Whoa! Shots fired! Bang bang! Who's carrying?
I don't
Who's doing
know.
what?
Three
Oh, no.
TNA drivers inside the top 10 tonight.
Well, it's
Sherman
not,
walked away with
Same
7.
thing with 3 MFRD drivers.
I can tell you,
Oh.
it's not Aaron Bach over for sure.
I tell you what, I just love sitting back just listening to all this. Y'all just keep it going. Y'all keep painting the picture for me. So we got a little team beef going. Cody, I told you before we went live. I think Dylan's using your niceness as almost a weakness. He knows you're not going to get up and rough him up. He has that clean air advantage. No,
Hey,
let me
Oh,
paint my
God,
picture.
sure.
Let me paint my picture. He basically said he knew for the last 20 laps you wasn't going to do anything back there.
He's
Did
the
he- did he
Walmart
not look good?
Picasso.
you are correct, Tanner. However, I do the same thing to him.
Oh, absolutely
so,
right.
You know, it goes both.
Right.
If it went one
It's
way,
respect.
then different story. But
That
goes both
the
ways.
R word right there, respect.
I mean,
It comes
we're
back-
racing each other every race. It don't matter what track it is. We're gonna find each other on the track, but we just have a bunch of respect for each other to know like the limit.
Well, thank you, Lagoo, for that. With the kissing noises between them two.
Yeah, it's true though. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Date night at
Siri,
the
play
Bluegrass
Love
track.
Shack.
It's going to come to a head. Playoff
Cody-
time's coming. Those two are not going to be lovebirds for long, I can tell you.
Cody, what did you need to do? What did you need to do different in the last run?
Rough him up.
probably listen to Tanner and just dump him.
If you spun him with 20 laps to go, you're leading, and he's long
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, well,
And we would have had a caution bin on fresh tires. Been able
No,
to
see, the
not have to
picture
deal
just
with
keeps
this
getting
terrible
prettier and
setup.
prettier.
I think
This car sucks.
you know, in hindsight and all of that, I think the best bet probably would have been try to attack him on the newer tires, even if you're going to use them up a bit, because just once you've gone on those older tires, like I was thinking at one point, you know, I can work with dirty air. I could work with old tires. I can't work with both at the same time.
Right.
Not nearly as well. So I just went for what I would usually do, which is, you know, try to keep the tires and then attack later. And oftentimes that works, but in this car, less so, especially with how aero dependent it is. So maybe just reversing that, you know, attacking on the short side of that run probably would have been it. But beyond that, there's nothing I could do except hope that he made a mistake.
Right. I was also just BSing. He didn't really say all that. Well, I think he did say he knew with 20 to go he was sitting comfortable because he did have the clean air.
What
Right.
the hell I want?
That's
All
what
it
it started
takes
to
is more
show.
caution.
Right. Hey, at least you ain't going to the back tonight, precautions though. You know,
Yeah,
there wasn't no
thank
wheel
God for
spinning
no
on.
trivia tonight.
Right.
One,
Bring back the trivia.
give me, yeah, right. I'm gonna go through the list of everybody, but I want one big surprise out of you for the
Oh
night.
God.
What's your
Already know what
surprise?
people
One-
are gonna
one-
say.
What is the one big surprise takeaway from?
I go first.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Corey Sherman was was involved with junk not once but twice and finished in the top 10. He finished 7th. I'll give it to the Shermanator or Mark. I mean, you give it to Mark too, but I'm gonna go Shermanator here.
Cody.
Finishing 7th.
that the dirty air can be that bad.
Dylan,
This car sucks.
that's not a surprise.
It don't. It's the best car out there.
Oh, no, knock
I was
it
gonna
off.
say, it's a surprise coming out of his mouth.
No, I was gonna say that.
Mark,
Mark surprised me.
I surprised myself.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Wow, when I got the pole, I was like, what the hell? And then, just running up front.
Are you getting more comfortable in the car? It looks like you are.
No, I mean, that's a mile and a half. Come on, that's pretty easy. I mean, that's
They don't
Well-
call it cookie cutter for nothing.
Yeah,
You can't say it's easy though, because there's a lot of people that can't get around them. You know.
it's fairly easy to drive any car on these types of tracks, right? I mean, they're all pretty much the same. Even if you just bought the track, right, you can figure it out fairly quick because it's pretty much
Bang bang, shot at 100 again.
Yeah, I know it's not that. It's
I know.
doesn't take a whole lot of practice to drive a G-shaped track with a dog leg, so it's pretty easy. I mean, this one's a little more difficult just because of turn 2, but other than that,
I've always heard Kentucky was like rough and had all kinds of bumps. It didn't really look like tonight. Was y'all not on that configuration of it?
bump coming out of the pit.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's what Zimmy was telling me during practice.
it won't bad in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, I think there was one little bump. It won't like huge, but it was like enough to kind of, I don't know, mess
You
you
felt,
up.
Maybe-
yeah, you felt it, but
I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's
come
the
back-
legacy
it didn't
track.
upset the car. Yeah.
Yeah, the one in the pits, coming off the pits was bad though.
Yeah, I'm gonna
The
come
one I
back to
noticed
that
the
in just a
most.
second, guys.
Dalton.
Dalton, biggest surprise of the night.
Corey Sherman had long run speed even with damage.
That was crazy. That was crazy though, for real.
Yeah. Hunter.
That's not even a shot at Corey. That's
No,
just
I'm actually proud. I'm very proud.
Yeah.
I am.
Dylan said it like he's his dad or something. You know, I'm proud of him, bro. All right, go Hunter.
That I didn't junk the damn thing.
Language, but who
That is a
cares, right?
surprise. That is a surprise, actually. I'm going to throw one out there for you, and Rick touched on it. Fred Thompson made his return tonight, and
Welcome back, Fred.
Yay.
as a 78-year-old gentleman, for him to finish on the lead lap is pretty
Hey.
awesome. And I can probably count on 2 hands how many times Fred has actually done that. Usually he's the guy that's getting out of the way and moving around the track so everybody else can go by and continue racing, and he's just out there for the fun of it. But damn it, Fred had a good race. He finished 18th here tonight.
And also, remember, Bell wrecked him. Remember, Bell went up to him and clipped
Yeah.
him, turned him, not knowing he was there.
The damn
Or
four
something.
car.
Yeah.
Hey, you just
I did,
language,
yeah.
bud. Yeah.
That's in the
That's
Bible.
right.
Yeah, but see, Hunter, he's over 18. You are 12. You can't use that language, buddy.
That's
Hey,
right.
hey.
PG
You sound
13.
like your Discord avatar.
I am the second elder statesman in this chat right now. All right. So yeah, great job from Fred. And honestly, Rick, if I'm hoping you're still out there, I want to shout out Rick Thompson, man. At one point, dude was on fire, but he just ended up burning it. Well, doing the same thing as everybody else. Now I want to get back to the bumps on the track. Dylan, you said that through 3 and 4, there were some bumps. Is that why you guys were running different lines, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, or just stay away from those?
I don't think so. I don't think the bumps played that big of a factor. It really didn't upset the car. I didn't notice, at least. I think guys were just trying different lines to do all they could. I mean,
I didn't
it's
notice
so,
any
it's,
bumps.
it's so hard to pass. I feel like I noticed like it was the slightest little bump, but it wasn't really nothing. But I feel like most guys were just trying to figure out different lines and run faster. I mean, you had to do something different than the guy in front of you because the dirty air was just so bad.
Was that the line tonight, guys? Was it low through 1 and 2, high through 3 and 4? Was
Yeah,
that the right line to run tonight?
especially if the person in front of you was running low, going all the way down the line in 3 and 4, because you could just get back to the throttle and carry so much more speed through the corner and just get that run on them and get to their right rear coming out of 4 and just side draft all the way down the front stretch and be
Right.
mostly ahead of them.
Yeah, you
before,
didn't get to that
before
wall
turn 1.
first.
I just feel like it's burning up more tires up there.
Yeah,
And you're already burning enough on the bottom.
I was
If
running
you
1
run
and
it
2
every
like,
lap, you would.
like Richmond, kind of a high entry, then arc it down late.
Dylan's was weird because he never floated out to the wall. He was pinching off the corners, especially
that
turn
right-
I'll tell
4.
you what, I thought that was going to be my key, was the way I
Yeah,
was
me
going
too.
out to the corners. I thought I was going to have so much more right front, but it just
Right.
never happened. So
I thought he
Shallow
was.
exit saves right front.
I thought he was fighting against that right front all night, whereas you were just kind of floating out to the wall. I thought it was going to be your benefit.
I was easy on the throttle to keep it having a shallow exit, because the shallow exit, if you run it right, saves way more tires than arcing it to the wall.
Well, yeah, that and tire hacks, but I mean,
Because you're not fighting it.
Well,
Pushing
you're
all
not,
the way up.
you're not
I'm just playing
screwing the
Dylan.
tire across the track is what you're not
Yeah.
doing. So
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but so does the other way, which is kind of weird. Like in my mind, in real life, if I have a driver go to the outside, it's usually A, because he's tight and that's where it can turn, but B, it's also where he's going to cool his tires down.
hmm Well, I mean,
So
the dirty air is atrocious tonight. It was bad. You gotta run a
it
different.
looks like IndyCar out there. You have to run a different line than the guy in front of you. If
was
not,
bad.
you're in a completely different car.
Because I mean, if Cody would have got out to the lead, he would have done the same thing I was doing. He'd been able to save more
Right.
tires than me, and I would have had to push to try to get around him. And then as soon as I get to him, tires would be evened out, or mine would be.
It sounds as if you're coming to the conclusion finally. The car sucks.
No, I don't
Second
suck.
place guy can't do nothing behind.
Took him long
behind
enough.
You just
Behind the
gotta
first
know, you
place.
just gotta learn how to drive
It
it.
might be fun to drive, but it sucks for racing.
Cody Heisman knows how to drive his car, brother. He
Yeah, I know.
can't do nothing
But
dirty.
he's
Just
up,
like
he's up at
Rose
the podium
reverse.
every week. He's up at the podium every week.
I get that, right? The cream's always going to rise to the top, regardless, right? That's always going to happen. But I think Rose reverse. I don't think you passed Cody, not either, right? I think it's just the dirty air is so
Best time
big.
to pass was restarts.
On these
That's
subs,
it. You have to.
yeah, too.
Yeah, you have to jump it
But
on.
you
You have to get the
could-
spot on the restart.
You could pass in a run. Cody had a chance on me. He almost did.
I can only think of
Never
one
have.
time where y'all passed for the lead, where you passed him for the lead, and he and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, Cody didn't fight at all. Cody let him go, fell in a second, saved the stuff.
Yeah.
I can't think of y'all passing each other for the
But
lead. That's my
did
biggest
do
problem
it,
with this car.
It was
You can-
in a stage 2.
You can get under people, but it's the
Right. If that guy on the outside don't want that guy on the inside to pass, they're probably gonna wreck, right? But he can really pinch him down and fight him off for a while.
yeah,
Car
this
sucks, bro. Car
This car,
sucks.
this
I
car
mean-
is tight enough where if
Well,
you're on the
well-
bottom, that's exactly
I mean,
what
I even-
happened.
I even held Cody off in the beginning.
Well,
It's
the
a-
good news is
And I hate
we're
the damn
voting on
car.
we're voting on the car next year, and I've heard good news
Oh.
that it's gonna stay the Cup car.
As a fan,
Yeah.
As a fan, I love the next gen. I love watching the next. I love watching y'all race because everybody's right on top of each other. Y'all can't
Better
get
than-
away from each other really.
Better than piece of crap Gen 4 cars that everybody wants to run next year.
I think that'd be a shit show. I think
You,
we-
you should watch our broadcast from our Monday night
Apparently
late.
Wellman won't be there. It might be all right. Where the hell's Wellman been?
I don't know why he wasn't there tonight. He's got his
Oh,
rig set
sorry,
back
can
up.
you make this? Yeah.
Right. He tried to get some money, bro.
About
Yeah.
mid-month, he said he was going to be back full time. I think it was
Trying
last
to
week.
get Kool-Aid money.
Chris, it's been a fun one, brother.
Yeah,
Let's wrap her up. Let's go ahead and close up shop for the night, guys.
yeah, we're going to shut her down. Like
Thank
always,
goodness.
make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again next week, next Sunday.
Wash your hair and change your underwear. We'll be here
Yeah.
next week.
Do
See you in
all
3
those
weeks.
things.
Fuck.
I told her ass not to come down here.
That.